Hey guys, welcome back to another Sunday live stream at Trace Trades. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click the link in the description so you can join the Discord server and participate in these streams live. They are completely free to attend. You do not need to be a premium member. But to get right into this weekly watch list, first we have AMD coming in on this 100 to 102 support zone. Definitely want to see a hold here. This is where we held previously when we broke out of this little falling wedge and made a run at all-time highs, and we've also held this zone 3 times in the recent past, so definitely want to see another hold here. We have pretty significant 8 EMA extension here, like from this blue line, so definitely would like to see a quick relief bounce up to at least 106, so we could play for that, or we can wait until we're back above 106 for a little bit of a larger play. It's worth noting that over Friday's high of around 103, there's a small gap to where Thursday closed because we gapped down a little bit, and that gap will close around like 103.72. So about $1 worth of move there to play in the gap, and that's probably worth it for a quick trade whenever we do end up breaking Friday's high. So that's definitely on watch as well. Next we have Costco, very strong, definitely like one of the strongest players in the market right now. Inside day as well, so we could play it for the break above, or there's also this hourly flag that you could play as well if that's more your style. I'll probably be waiting for the all-time high slash like Thursday high break, just because like inside day patterns are just very easy and structured to play. If we do start coming back down, I'll definitely look for like this 585 area for maybe an add back for a longer term like swing trade, just because Costco has been so strong in this market. Next we have Microsoft. Looks a little more weaker. Looks a little more like the overall market. We did close above or below 300, excuse me, so that's not the best look for the stock. A little bit of an inside day here as well. This one doesn't look as good. Looks a little bit more to the downside. It actually did break down a little bit on Friday, so it's not quite an inside day, but it's pretty close. Under Friday's low, shorts look pretty good on this name, especially like it lines up perfectly with our 296 level here, which like last time we lost this, like we dove pretty hard down to the low 270s. So definitely on watch there for a break below like this 296 and 294 levels. But if we do manage to sort of move back up, like if the overall market's supporting it, looking for above 300 first. That'll mean like calls are good to play again, and then really like the big watch here is above this 306 level because we still have this gap from earlier in the week, this gap down here. That'll be a very nice sort of area to trade. So above 306, but of course first we need above 300. Once we're above 300, I'll start looking more for like seeing if the momentum's there. We could take some trades as we move up to 306 as well. Next is NVDA. NVIDIA is pretty similar game plan actually. If we lose this 230 level, it looks like more likely that we flush to like the low 230s, which is a big enough range to play. So that's on watch. And then also as well above Friday's high a day here. Same kind of deal with AMD. A little bit of a gap down from Thursday to Friday. There's a small little gap that we could play here that'll cover our 241 level. So really, again, just watching Friday's range on NVIDIA here. If we do start to move back up, I want to see like back above the 50 to really play calls, and then once we're back above there, like again, similar to Microsoft, big gap here that we could play. So some gaps above for NVIDIA, so that'll be fun. But if we do start falling, like I think this like 230s range will be like a very fast move down, so that'll be pretty fun to play as well. I'm gonna leave QQQ and SPY for the end. TGT. Nice little gap up on Friday. Performed much better than some of the other names in the market. Broke this like range that it's been caught in for a while now too. Definitely want to see a move back above like this 236.50 level, and just we should see a quick impulse way up to like 241. So like not like the largest range, but it's worth playing, especially on a name like Target that really doesn't move all that much. Like it's pretty structured, pretty easy. And it looks like it has some momentum right now. If we do start like stalling a little bit, coming back down, I'll look for like some sort of flag to form here on the daily. So like if we start consolidating low down here, we'll look to trade the flag for the breakout, and then that will get us back to 240 as well. So 240 price target. There's a small gap below. If we do break Friday's lows, I probably won't play that just because like the buying pressure already bidded it like back above like on Friday. And like Thursday price action kind of explored that area as well. I mean, we'll see. Like, if the market's just like selling off, like, of course, like trading into a gap on the downside's something good, but generally, like, this isn't like the strongest sort of gap that I would want to play. And then Tesla is the last individual name on our list. Again, very similar game plan. A little bit of an inside day towards the downside. We're gonna watch for a loss of this like 1020 level, 1021 level here, and look for a little bit of a trade down to this gap. Like we still have this fat gap that never filled. We're in the process of filling it, but we're not really gonna fill it until like what is this like 11010, like 1010. Since we get down there, I'll consider like the downside for this trade a little bit closer to over, especially because we'll be near like our 1000 support again, which I like taking trades off of. As for upside on Tesla, really not watching too much. Like if we get a strong day and we bid back above like 1050, then I'll probably just be watching for intraday opportunities because we'll have a lot of momentum. But other than that, it looks like a little more choppy down here. I like the downside trade for the gap, but that's about it. And then for the broad market, SPY, very weird sort of like falling like wedge here. I didn't draw anything here because I don't really think that it would be helpful. We did manage to hold the 20, which I think is a pretty big deal. You could make the argument that we're bear flagging or like this is head and shoulders. Maybe flip on 2 hour here. You could make the argument this is head and shoulders. I don't think it's like a very good argument. I think more likely we're just like consolidating like sort of in this channel here, and we do end up breaking to the upside. So slightly bullish for this week, but again, we kind of need SPY back above like that 450 level because like look what all the MAs are stacked right there. All of our shorter term MAs stacked right there. We held the 50, sure. Didn't even have to touch the held the 20, excuse me. Didn't even have to touch the 50 on this sell off here, but for the sell off, like this temporary sell to really be over, I want to see like strong close back above 450 and be ready for a sharper move up. I do think we will see like a bigger move in the market this week, and I'm leaning towards it's going to be to the upside just because of the consolidation, sort of like the psychology we've seen in the past week. But again, if it is to the downside, we have those bearish setups like in our list to play. And then the Qs, again, like literally looks like everything we've been looking at, like inside day to the downside. Qs actually lost the 50 by a little bit, which is not obviously like the best look, but not the end of the world. I think it's probably like 40 cents there. But again, like same sort of plan. Like if we start falling, we break this like Thursday, Friday range. We could take a quick trade down to the. And yeah, QQQ kind of just looks a lot like some of the other names on our list, so same sort of plan here. Again, we even have this gap to play, like if we do start bidding back above here, which again, this week I'm leaning more bullish, so I think we do. So that 356 level is definitely on watch. And then other than that, just a quick trade to the downside. Really, again, it's the same thing we've been doing. Stay adaptable, stay light, and then you could sort of just pivot whatever you're trading. Because we have, like, again, we've setups on both sides. We have bullish setups, bearish setups. Market starts slipping. We have a pretty easy sort of week ahead. And then if we start bidding up, we have a very, very fun week ahead. So if we do start slipping, we're not going to be taking too many trades, just the ones that we listed. But if we do start bidding up, I think there's lots of opportunity. There's this almost all tech names have this big gap here from the 5th to the 6th. That should fill, like with pretty with pretty swift ease, and that'll be a nice like easy trade. But that's all I have for this week. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click the link in the description so you can join the Discord and participate in these streams live.